Hello, how are all of you doing? My name is Acidhedz, and I'm a Shadowrunner. We're getting ready to play Shadowrun Returns. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a voice throughout this gameplay. I'd love to try. Maybe I'll try putting on a bit of a deeper voice and do a little bit of something like that. Yeah, I have a hard time maintaining. I can put on voices and do characters and stuff, but I have a hard time doing them for long periods of time. So, I'm going to be playing Shadowrun Returns, as you can see. Testing out a new theme here. I still don't know how I feel about like the header thing, name on it and stuff. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, Steam has got their great big summer sale on, and there was a few games. Well, there's quite a few games that I would like to play, but a lot of them are still too expensive right now. But there were a few that were like 75% off or whatever that I'd like to play. So the Shadowrun games, the newer ones, were some of the ones on with really good sales, so I picked them up. There's a couple of other ones, but I'm not going to reveal those until I stream them. And I have history with the Shadowrun franchise. Let's see, I'm almost 36 now, and I bought my first Shadowrun book from the FASA Corporation, Publishing Corporation. I believe I was in high school. So I have been a fan of the Shadowrun series for around 20 years. Quite a long time. I've never played any video games based on it. I know there were a few, but I never played any of them, so I am actually quite, happy and excited. Well, excited as I ever seem to get that, I really want to play these games. There's 3 of them, and I got all 3 of them. So, let's go ahead and get into this. So we're going to play the regular one on normal. I know what kind of game this is. It's an isometric, I believe that's the word, isometric RPG. So it's like Torment, Planescape Torment, which is a game I love. I might even get a copy of it and play it on the channel. I had an old copy, but I might go ahead and get a newer one, because I think Steam has like the remastered or deluxe edition of it or something. I should have looked to see if that one was awesome. So let's create Acidhedz, Shadowrunner. I've already gone through the character creation process to see what the options were in that process. I wanted to check out all the new games. So I'm going to do a human male and a street Sam. That might just be the absolute middle of the road, generic starting thing, but I've always liked the street Sams as far as building a character in the books. I liked the street Sam types because you could spec into being a decker or a rigger, and it was easier to specialize, but you could still get some of this hardware if you needed to, especially decker, because really all a decker needed was a couple of data jacks to do their thing. So you could be a street Sam with some decker skills if you needed to be. But I always liked street Sam because you weren't restricted on getting cyberware like the magic users were. So I always felt it was kind of the jack of all trades sort of thing. You could be a bit of a badass, but you could also be a bit of a decker, a nerd, whatever you want to call them, if you needed to be. You could fill multiple roles as a street Sam, whereas like the magic users are a little bit too specialist for my taste, and I never cared for the whole idea of being a shaman. Mage is cool, but shaman not so much. Decker can be kind of cool, and I was never all that interested in being a rigger. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Street Sam. Make my dude all pasty white. I thought that was a mask at first. So let's check out some hairstyles. Come up with something interesting. Well, that's a hell of a dude. What about Wowie? Let's go with a super long ass hair. Pink nose. Let's go with crazy red hair. And go for Fu Manchu. Continue on to stats. They don't give you a lot to work with here. Start off with pretty good body. That's nice. Quickness, I'm gonna go ahead and get some quickness. Go ahead and get another point in ranged combat, a point in pistol, and go ahead and get a point in close combat. I'm gonna wanna get some melee weapon ability, maybe some unarmed. Willpower isn't all that useful for me, except that it does negate or make it harder for them to hit you. It unlocks etiquettes that affect conversations. That can be useful. A little bit of extra charisma. Never went awry, I think. But I'm a Street Sam. I'm a fighter, so I think mostly we'll be speccing into body quickness and strength. Combat-wise, in the books at least, quickness was kind of king. It was your quickness and initiative. I'm going to go ahead and do Shadowrunner for my etiquette. And I am Acidhedz. I am Acidhedz, the Shadowrunner. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and it isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slag and Fixer hasn't called, the money's run out, and then some. Sinless and free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your million. Something needs to change, and soon. For those of you unfamiliar with the franchise, the setting, I'll explain some of this stuff. So you're gonna run into slang like slagging. I don't know how much they go into it. You'll find like slitch and slagging and dreck. Sin is an identity chip of some sort that most people are you're supposed to have one. It's I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but that's basically what it is. You're supposed to have a sin chip, and that's kind of your identity. It's kind of like your debit card, your driver's license, everything rolled into one. And Nuyen is money, because the Japanese megacorps have had such an impact on the entire world that Nuyen is, their money in the setting has kind of become the default currency. So here we are in our apartment. We can kind of zoom in here and get a look at ourselves a little bit. Alright. Slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Not good. Let's see. Notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. Do my list of contacts. Carter Detroit, Fixer, no response to message. Dowd, Runner, dead. Felton Nash, Fixer, missing since February. New Larry, Runner, dead. Sam Watts, Runner, probably in a gutter somewhere. Sangoma, Runner, dead. Halfjack, Dealer, retired or dead. List goes on, all either dead ends or just plain dead. Alright. Nothing in the calendar, I already checked that earlier. Okay. So, my vid phone rings, jarring you who's calling at 3 a.m. I can also check my computer, but just right quick, some more setting stuff. So, the Shadowrun setting takes place in the future after magic has returned to the world. So you have, and this is one of the things I love about Shadowrun, it's a mixture of both fantasy and sci-fi, cyberpunk specifically. And the setting deals with a type of magic that's cyclical. It goes in phases over long periods of time. And I'm not sure how much of the story is going to deal with maybe some of the lore aspects of Shadowrun, so I don't want to spoil anything for you guys who are going to be watching this, either while I stream or later on the video, or just on YouTube videos. Looks like we have some boxes of rotten food or something in a seriously screwed up air conditioning unit up here. And I think if we come up here, we can check out our gear. So we got a shotgun and a pistol, Seska Black Scorpion. Wearing some Street Sam clothing. We've got no cyber to speak of. We got some basic starting gear. We got our one armor. We got a little bit of strength with some close combat ability. Good quickness with some ranged combat ability, specifically pistols for now. Everything else is pretty much middle of the road, null sheen. No sweat. Get a job. Any job. Alright, so this is also a world, as I said, of megacorps, which are mega corporations, and they basically control everything. I mean, we're talking any super huge corporation now, take that and times it by about 10, a factor of 10, basically, and you're starting to get the idea of what these corporations are like. They are all pervasive. They own their own small armies, or not so small in many cases. Acidhedz, I believe is the name of it, basically owns Mexico. And they're not very nice because they base they're Aztecs, No, that's Aztec is what they're called. I'm mixing it up with something else. It's Aztec is the corporation. And, they base their entire thing on the Aztecs, including the human sacrifice part. So, I don't want to spoil too much, but not a nice corporation. And then you have the cyberware, which is cyber technology, and I don't know if you may have caught it or not, but if we go back over here, we have an essence stat, which doesn't appear to be there right here. It's essence. You start off with an essence of 6, and basically the idea is mystically, and this is actually based on some real world things that are kind of neat. The ideas anyway, like the human body wants to be a certain way, like that's why that if somebody loses a limb, they experience what's called phantom limb. It's kind of in the game, it's the astral presence of the body remembering what used to be there and thinking it's still there. So when you replace parts of your body with cyber technology, you reduce your essence. It reduces, and it's kind of, again, it's, when I say real world, I'm not necessarily talking mystical mumbo jumbo. I'm just saying that there's some interesting ideas in terms of at least mental memory. You know, maybe, you know, not astral, but mental memory. Your mind remembers that you had a limb there, and for a while, and sometimes it'll think it's still there. You know, there are people who will experience things like losing a limb, and it will just hurt, or it'll itch, or just for a little while it'll just feel like it's still there until they start thinking about it. That really does happen. Phantom limb syndrome, if you've never heard about it, look it up. It's pretty bizarre shit. So, in this setting, same sort of thing, but they added that mystical magic element onto it, so when you get cybered up, you're reducing your astral blueprint, as it were, which is kind of your spirit, your essence. And if you drop below, well, you shouldn't be able to go to beyond 0. It would kill you. But I don't know if they bring that into the games, but in the pen and paper they introduced the concept of cyber zombies. Shit, I'm over 16 minutes into this and I haven't really played. Computer state of the art in 2050. Broken since 2051. Check our phone here. Screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. Okay, you're zoned. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. It's just one reason for this bid. Someone's finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. So, why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterward? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Renraku is another massive megacorp. It's one of the top dogs. Depending on where you are in the timeline. Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time. 3 years ago, a makeshift bar on the Seattle docks. The night Dowd went down. Oh, I got this far earlier just to check it out, and I could not help but laugh at this. This is so very Shadowrun, but at the same time, it is just hilarious. The graphics on this are really nice. I like the style. I mean, you talk about an outdoor bar. Good grief. Oh, man. New Larry. Singoma. Urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuji. Fuji is a massive megacorp. They've got their hands in anything, but they are the kings of the deck, of decks. Basically, they also are heavily into cyberware, but mostly it's computer stuff. Decks. Quiet type and inexperienced runner. We're out in the open here at Acidhedz. Late for another appointment, Singoma. See, I'm gonna try and RPG this a little bit, roleplay it. How would I mean, I'm not sure what I want this character to be. Kind of a smart ass. So probably a bit more like myself. Late for another appointment. Sarcasm doesn't suit you. Let's wait another 5. Okay, apparently I needed to go all the way over there to talk to New Larry. You've been running with a new Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd, never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. Shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Acidhedz. It's wet and the rain feels like acid and I want out of here. So again, this is the future. Not super far in the future either, not today. We're talking 2050s or 2060s here. And pollution is horrible. Seattle is a super crowded, fucked up place. There are massive slums, and the corporations own these massive buildings where basically people live, work, and die, knowing nothing but the corpse their entire lives. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Sure, Acidhedz. Sure. Whatever you say. I don't know, Acidhedz. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. Smell funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This was supposed to be a public place. Cut the direct, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down, and it wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Okay, chips are... they're entertainment, but instead of watching them, you live them. It's a movie that you have beamed, or not beamed, but it's in your head and you are in it, basically. And there's also BTLs, Better Than Life, which not only are things that you experience as if you're in them, but are also so that they basically access your they access your mind and give you an experience that's better than anything life could even give you, and they're incredibly, incredibly addictive. He smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. Oh, let's see. I'm drinking some. On a run? No, not a drop. Not today, not ever. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, and he's dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it. Don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not a fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. How much did you pay? They pay you to sell us out. He stops and smiles slowly and creeps on his face. Honestly, it didn't take much. Just enough to get me back to Portland and set up a cush corp job. I'm out of this racket. We've got incoming. New Larry relaxes and throws you a dreck-eating grin. Shit-eating grin. Looks like my new Ren Recruit friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Acidhedz. Buy you a drink after this? You'll owe me several. Okay. You are now in turn-based combat modes. We're in the tutorial section. That's cool. Each character on your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement attacks or using spells and items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available from the reference guide. Okay, so this is actually different than Torment a bit. So we got new Larry Singoma. I'm going to attack new Larry. I'm going to attack him again. There's the rest of them. Alright, so what else can we do here? nothing. I didn't think we had hit it. And then the idiot moves out in the open. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, that sucks. I'm out of ammo. Yeah, boy. Single mortar lowers a gun. Ice, Sam. You okay, Sam? Civvy, you look shaken. That was a hell of a thing. Don't look so good, Sam. You were born for this gig, Acidhedz. Me, not so much. Think I'm gonna hang it up, find a nice brothel somewhere, stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Find a safe house out of town. Lay low. Red Recruit has a long memory. I do too. I don't forget my friends. Nice intro. Stare at Sam's face on your comm link. Shake off your memory. Off the memory focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So, I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 million insurance policy payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification, either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mingurrit, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. Chet? Okay, lawyer camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mingurrit, and Kane has installed a security-dedicated phone line, so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. Camera swivels back to Sam. Straightens up, talks seriously first time. Look, Acidhedz, I've led a direct life and probably left a direct corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? Sounded like he was a pretty good bud. Maybe a bit of a booze hound, but I don't think I'm so callous that I would just care about the money. Something like that. I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. Dead man's switch. Okay. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. That's the slum. It's a huge slum. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts. Because they also have technology where they can, not only can they chop shop bodies for bio parts, they can also do it with cybertech and stuff, secondhand cyber. Whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for a million, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing in the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Ah, Dr. Pepper. I'm in the back. The smell of death and decomp washed over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial-grade antiseptic. Looks like we might have a dwarf. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. That's something I don't think I mentioned it. There's dwarves, orcs, ogres, and elves in the Shadowrun universe, but they're really manifestations of humans. It's not like they're completely separate species. It's like they always kind of existed as genetic possibilities within us, but they needed, for their kind to exist, they needed magic in the world. His broad grin says, "I love my job." A little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though. It might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, Oregon Grinders branch manager here, so yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? No one you've ever heard of. Now tell me about Sam Watts. It's a little bit rude, but fixes you with a hard gaze. Careful, friend. I can have Lone Star here in 2 minutes. Lone Star is a private security firm. Basically, they're hired police. Now what makes you think I'd know anything about Sam Watts? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right, he's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet, what with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. He raises his eyebrows, smile, wiping the suspicion from his dead man switch, huh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. We're going to jog in. I figured that was him. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ooh, that's a serial killer. Ripper, huh? Guess the classics never go out of style. Not my title. That's what the Seattle Press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle his scalpel, but this one's even more twisted. He or she has always removed an internal organ from the victims. Delicious, a trophy hunter. What was it? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. Whiz. What else? First victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed. Dresden, get out here! McCluskey. I am staying right where I am. I'm here about the new Ripper Vic. Sam Watts. Okay, this is a cop. Well, we're gonna actually go out and talk to him. I should have taken this first. Or check this. Basic med kit, huh? Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusk, pointed ears, and the Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So this new Ripper Vic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time? He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. So kind of a bit of a stereotype cliche, but that's the thing about cliche characters. They exist because they exist in real life. You know, there's plenty of cops out there, people in general, that all they care about is getting a promotion. They don't want to really do their job properly. They just want to get promoted. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and meta-human anatomy, too. So, I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. It could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no dumb help, dwarf. Lone Star Detective finally notices you. You notice superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? Okay, I don't have enough strength to intimidate my way through this. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go over well. I'm the nobody who didn't hear nothing. That's right, and if you ever do hear something, I'll knock it right out of your head. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell on the, or a box this week and claiming my promotion. He looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties too. Cox said to him, be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm gonna return a favor. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He had convicted his own mother if it meant another $10 million a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. This is the other thing I really liked about the street samurai. The good ones, they had a kind of a code that they lived by. So on the take, who's paid to hold his leash? Oh, what was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? What can I do to help you? So, can we look at all these? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? You don't buy that? Sounds like you disagreed with the findings. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms. She didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Okay, so we can. On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of million, but individual organs? Not much worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ grinders only deal in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as to coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I want to know where to look. I need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Force looks at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay, I'll go do that. Okay. Cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Open the drawer. Opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Jake Armitage. Whoa, easy there. He's alive. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. Despite a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Were you just sleeping in a freezer? A freezer for dead people? Don't tell me you haven't considered it. Cheaper than a coffin hotel, and the service is just as good. Again, coffin hotels, if they actually exist in Japan. Although, of course, the ones in Shadowrun, it being the kind of setting it is, they're a lot more dismal. But they used to have them. They probably still do in Japan. They are little hotel rooms that are just about as big enough to crawl into. They've got some nice stuff in them. They're very cheap, and it's the kind of place that if you're out for the night, you can't get back home because you maybe had a little too much to drink. You can go get yourself a little coffin hotel room and sleep it off. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? The latest Ripper victim, did you know him? Looking into that Sam Watts, the coroner seems to think you can help me out. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. Thought you could help him out. Maybe. You didn't stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then. The name's Jake, and you are... I'm still waiting for the ending of your story. Call me Acidhedz. Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Acidhedz. I don't know if I'd be that chummy with the guy yet. I don't know if I'd be quite as rude as I'm just waiting for the ending of your story. Call me Acidhedz. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a deep dive into the deep end here. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Miss Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, can you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? Oh god. You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Oh. Thanks, John, you're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat court bounty on my head, like I said. My last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us, probably a gang. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off of my head. Jake smiles. You get the impression that it didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him, until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last day in this place. You've done this before? Great, so you don't know anything about his death. I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame, though. Wish I'd been there if those slagging gangers hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leaders got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. Getting our first side mission. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Eyes me up and down again, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, count me in. It's nice to have someone watching you back out there, assuming you can trust them. These guys seem pretty cool so far. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Yells over each other. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? Let's see. I think I thought I had. Well, maybe because we're in a new town. Give me a pistol. My weapon of choice as well. Here, take this Machete Security 500. So, ready for an evening out in the town? Tell me more about the gangers. Okay. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners in the Barrens looking for me. If we take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. Just watch my back, don't make me regret this. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. Alright, so what do we got? I do have a couple more karma to spend. We could go ahead and get, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. Since we just got a pistol. Okay, so yeah, we traveled, so there's no way in hell we'll get through security at the airport with the guns. Low-grade pistol mostly carried by guards. Okay. Can we talk to him again? I'd say the answer is no. No, but we can. I saw something over here. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet. His face is an ashen white for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Okay, look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it ineligible. So I'm guessing that's probably a brothel. Look at the cred stick. It's a standard cheap unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. I'm going to take it. PDA 300 million is added to your accounts. Look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood is thoroughly soaked. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Look at the handwritten note. You can only see part of the note given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we argued something. We have been something long. To say I'm sorry, see you there, love, Jessica. Oh, goody. He was involved with somebody. Glad I noticed that and went back to look. Gonna pick up some more stuff over here apparently. Dock wagon basic trauma kit. Basic med kit. Preserving the final tradition of RPGs and being a kleptomaniac. Kleptomaniac. Alright. Head out into the Barrens. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, the Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawl and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business. The Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of Oregon grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of right contentment. The stitch and grime tell him he's home. The Redmond Barrens of Seattle. Woo boy. My stash is just around the corner in the alley. Alright. Find Jake's stash. Holy smokes. This is probably a ganger. Somebody waiting for a bus. We got a hooker. Looking for a date, honey? Not really, so... go up this way. Can't actually talk to her. Not that I really want to. So I figure as soon as we grab this, we are going to get jumped. Hidden in the garbage-strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader in the front. Open the safe with Jake's mag card. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. You take the gear. Yep. What the hell? So what gear do we have? Got some stuff. We didn't get any more weaponry. We got some items. Oh goody, limited items. Oh, he's Decker and has some spells. Nice. on them. So welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. So I shouldn't invest in real estate around here? Only by the hour. Hey, you've seen where I stay the night. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. Halloweeners. I'm not going to be using one of them grenades unless I can see it. Worried man. That sounds like a trap. Worried man. Man before you appears well-mannered but nervous. Excuse me, sir, I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight and we need some help. Only fight when I've been paid to. What's your problem? Some thugs are shaking down the market we've set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't know. I don't think we can afford to pay them anymore, but no one will stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get involved. How many of them are there, and how much are you paying? I think there's only 2 of them right now. I can't talk about price, but Ms. James will surely reward you fairly. See what I can do. Where did they say the market was? Oh, thank you. Just keep heading north. You'll see it at the end of the street. North. Sir? Clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go that way. Why? What's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble again. She points to the south. They rode up in this morning on those fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Typical. Well, odds are those are the guys we're after. They're going to be in for a rude surprise. You might want to clear out before the shooting starts. She looks at you over the nods. Don't need to worry about me. I know how to lay low. They're a tough bunch, though. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. Let's head up this way. Dandelion eaters. That's what they like to call. I'm guessing these are probably the 2 we're after. Cross over. These Halloweeners, they're gonna jump us. No, just street people. Commerce is like a weed, taking root in the cracks and crevices of the world, wherever it can. A small street market has flourished here amidst the crumbling buildings of the red barracks. Okay. Oh, there's several people up here. Head thug. Okay. Oh, that is one of them. Look, mate, just pay up. We barely have anything left. The thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The old woman is holding firm. That's an old woman. But you can see the thug's patience fading fast, and he looks like he's about to start breaking things. Who the hell are you? Okay, you can't do any of that. Bet your mom's real proud of you right now. Like I ain't never heard that before. I don't see a badge letting mind your own. Business dusting you is gonna get me paid. I knew you were just looking to cause static dash ice this guy. tell. Come on. I cannot thank you enough. I hate to see such bloodshed, but those men will not take no for an answer. We simply want to make our way in the world. Shopkeeper holds out a few men. Please, it's the least we can do. Keeping you need it more than I do. You like goods, some food, a healing item, something? I mean, I'm all for doing the nice guy thing. You're not gonna get any reward, no drops, no, they don't drop anything, there's nothing for doing that? I mean, come on. There's nothing hidden up here. Nobody else to talk to. We can't talk to this guy again. Just thank you. Well, I guess we were just being altruistic. Alrighty. How am I on that? Okay. Sir. Let's see. And dandelion eaters is what they call elves. People that don't like elves. What they call them. Holy smokes again. Okay, we can go that way. Let's go up this way first. Dwarf. Watch out for those gangers. There's one of the gangers, I think. Halloweener Sentry. Hey, asswipes, take another step forward and we are going to plant you right there. This is Halloweener property now. This is one of the two that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved on by now. Wait a minute. You're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty and killing you. Well, that'll be a nice bonus. You missed. Oh, we got 3 of them. Alright, so maybe getting under some cover might be a good idea. Nice. Alrighty, apparently my line of sight is blocked. So I'm going to have to... Oh shit, he's got a shot. What does this guy got? Took him out at least. Ouch. Nice. Oh, there's somebody else over here. Oh, hell. Crap. Holy shit. Whoa, Uncle, I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah? What do you think, Jake? Smart. Hey, I'm already at shoot-on-sight status with these guys. Killing John Paul means one less wiener to shoot me in the back while I'm buying smokes. Hell, they'll be doing the same to you as soon as there's profit. Huh. Do we kill him, or I want him to tell his friends what happened here? Yeah, that'll be cool. How naive. Oh, well, maybe it'll be worth it to see him running off with his tail between his legs. This way? There's really not a lot of traffic. Looks like that's about everything. I don't see any more side quests. Probably just need a fix. Dan the Donut Man. That'll be where the... So we got Bobby, Dan, Sally up here. And let's go with the one down here first. Alright. Hey, chummer. Got some tasty morsels for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in his back pocket. Let me see what you have. Ooh, combat drugs. No thank you. Dan the Donut Man. Smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burned soy calf is almost enough to overpower the dusty sewage stints of Redmond streets. The troll working the stand is covered in food stains older than he is. Did you see the murder in the alley across the way? What can you tell me about the Barons? Take a jelly donut and a soy calf. Enjoy. Did you see the murder in the alley across the way? Nope, I was closed when it happened. But hey, it's the Barons. A back alley killing's nothing new around here. The only reason the cops are making a big deal about this Ripper business is that some of the victims are real people. You know, folks with sins. Can you tell me about the Barons? Barons? Hell, if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't be out here. Stretch we're on is called Touristville, though, and I suppose it's the closest thing around here to respectable. Fewer muggings, and you might even survive drinking the water if you're lucky. Wouldn't recommend it, though. Scratches his armpit. See you around. So did that do anything? Got a couple of karma points to spend. So stuff doesn't stack, apparently. Let's talk to Sally. Dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed. Come back tomorrow. You've got a great view of that alley across the street. Don't suppose you saw the murder that happened there. Sure. I was closing up when I heard a series of explosions from behind the Union. A couple of seconds later, this guy comes out, runs across the street. Didn't get a good look at him. Then all the lights in the alley exploded all of a sudden. Things got pretty quiet after that. Let me guess, you didn't go run over to see if the guy was okay. Hell no. Around here, that kind of thing gets you killed. You're not much help. It's not my problem. And yeah, probably not. I don't think we're really gonna get to see much over here. We got some kappas. William. Okay, we gotta go this way. Approaching the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies flashing red blue lights ahead. Whoa, hold on a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting on a corp issued bounty, and the one on my head isn't going to go away anytime soon. Besides, sorry friend, I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help with those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. Cool. They don't take million where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. Sure you don't want to stick around? I could use the backup. Sorry, chummer, not my style. Besides, you seem like you can take care of yourself. Takes a step, tilts his head back. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamstresses Union. It's just down the street. You need gear, information, or that just a damn stiff drink. That's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. Used that place as a base of operations for years back in the day. Make the right friends there, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this ribbon business. Well, nice knowing you. Jake turns and disappears into the shadowy depths of the Redmond Barrens. Alright, looks like we're on our own again. Bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outline and dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you, I need to get my stuff from the alley or I'm going to die in the cold night. Tonight. Officer says, and I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation and I can't let anyone in here. Hey, I got rights. Look, you sinless garbage. I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket or I'll find a reason to use my stun baton. Typical, I hate all you pigs. He looks in your direction. Now what? Okay. Long night, eh? You look cold, so I picked up a donut and some soy calf. Hey, thanks. Officer's face lights up as he takes a sip. He seems pretty trusting for an officer of law. You know, when my dad was a cop, this was back when cops actually worked for the government. He said folks would buy coffee all the time, but I ain't seen it till now. So what can I do for you? Working for the dead man to help find his killer. Can I come into the alley and look around a bit? I don't know about that. My pleasure. I'm here from Internal Affairs to review the forensics guys' work, to find anything they might have missed. Sure, dig in. I certainly wouldn't mind those guys getting taken down a peg or two. Man, do they put on airs, if you know what I mean. I figured that was the best way to go. So, okay, so we got some stuff we can look at. Looks like the coat and blanket that the old man was trying to get back. Pick them up, obviously. Printed receipt falls out from beneath the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab receipt from the seamstress's unit dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m. Right around the corner is reported time of death. Customer, Sam Watts. Server's name is listed as Coyote. Look at the light. Work light is new. You can see that all of the alley's normal lights have been ruined. Upon closer inspection, it seems that they were all imploded, as if some force shattered them all at the same time. So we're dealing with a magician, or a shaman. Probably a magician. They're more into rituals. There are two distinct sets of footprints. Humans ending at the chalk outline and a larger set, possibly orc or troll, following just behind the first. Okay. Amidst the shards of glass from the broken lights, you find a small piece of glass which looks like the bottom of a test tube. Interesting. Anything else? William. Streets have not been kind to this man, but they've also hardened him. This man is clearly a survivor, though one wrestling with the onset of age and arthritis. You, I saw you over there with that ras bastard cop. What do you want? I think this coat and these blankets belong to you. My stuff, mighty decent of you. Don't see that kind of thing too often out here. Know anything about the murder that took place here? Squints at you, suspicious. You a copper or working for some corp? Nope, I'm as sinless as you. Might answer in a few questions. Hey, what makes you think I'm sinless? Hey, hard, just messing with you. Of course I'm sinless. System ID number. My ass. What kind of questions you got? Did you see the murder? Nope, and I can't say I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Ms. James up at the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so it took a while. Got back here in time to see a couple of tourists puking all over my home turf. By then, that jerk face in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley. So, it sounds like you live in this alley? Sure, for the last couple of months I've been sleeping there. I spend my days out doing odd jobs for the street merchants. Or panhandling tourists over near the Seamstresses Union. What else did you see that night? Well, you know, earlier in the night I saw a big and ugly troll in green hospital scripts snooping around the block. He bought some donuts and 2 cups of soy calf oil for Dan over there. Seemed nervous, and he did everything with his left hand, 'cause His right was all screwed up with some cyberware. Can you tell me more about the troll's cyberware? Well, it was big, and I think it must have had some hospital attachments because I saw some needles. It was a lot like one I saw back in 44 when I got captured by elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me. Let me tell you, never trusted one of them cyber people. That's all I need to know. Thanks. See you around. I can talk to him again. Hey there, youngin. Okay, just general NPC chit chat. Alright, let's go back and talk to Dan again. He may know more than he thought. Alright, so... You sell some donuts to a troll wearing scrubs last night. Maybe? What's it to you? I sell a lot of donuts to a lot of people. I know how Lone Star profiles met it. I tell them about a troll that bought donuts from me right before a murder. They'll haul him in just to see if anyone can pay the bill. Bail. Not today, my friend. Jelly donuts, soy calf. I'll see you around. Alright. So... Can't talk to him anymore. Doesn't seem to be anybody else we can talk to. Except for our buddy the dealer over here. Huh. Well, that's nice. Looks like we're going into the seamstresses here. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do now. I guess I should look at my objectives. Seamstresses Union. Relative to the rest of the Barrens, Touristville is a neon-clothed oasis. At its heart is the Seamstresses Union. Housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of Illegal and Opportunity, bums huddle together, gangers strut the streets, and the occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times it's like an aging starlet wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. Wild ivy growing out of the gutters adds to this effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversation washes over you. The dive bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, and then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everyone knows your name but keeps to themselves. Cheers for killers. Alright, finding questioned coyote. Let's look at objectives, mission items, objectives. What do we got here? Alright. Okay, so that is our current objective. We've got 7 karma we can spend. Very nice. Go ahead and pick up some more pistol. I think I'm also going to go ahead and get some shotgun. Close combat will be useful later. Probably should pick ourselves up a melee weapon when we get a chance. Alrighty. So we're going to need to find and talk to Coyote. Yep. A bunch of whores. It's a whorehouse. Cherry bomb. Funny. Cherry bomb. The bartender is a striking elf sporting a perfectly toned body, perfectly pouty lips, and perfectly tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize save me and take me in equal measure, hitting just the right notes for the maximum extraction of tips. Okay, maybe it's just a bar, but it sure looks like a whorehouse to me. Hey there, I haven't seen you here before. What kind of you? From the looks of this place, I can probably get anything I want. Eyes you up and down. I just sling booze, but the Union is known for its diverse clientele. Ask around, you'll probably find someone who can get you what you're looking for. Now, how about a drink? Whiskey straight up. That's my drink. Starts to turn away when a man with the face of a survivor and the zeal of a convert tugs at her arm. hard. It's clear the two have history. They try to keep their voices low, but the intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Cherry, you have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you could end up dead or worse. The Ripper is out there, and he's real. Last killing just happened done a walk. And now Coyote's missing. They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster without her head. Come on, Cherry Bomb, think. I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting a PH freaking D from UW Neuroprosthesis. Prosthetics, studying under Ojamins. And how am I paying for it? Bartending tips. There are fast ways for a parent's girl to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking it. So what do you want from me? Okay, I want what you want, a better life, a better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. No good. I've heard this all before. Is it some trick to get us back together? Things are different now. I'm different now. The Brotherhood. Pretty hard, armored, and lipstick, and low expectation. Universal Brotherhood is for other people, Shane. Rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership, fees, and voluntary donations. This isn't about money. It's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me. It's into Discovery Me. Get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Telestrain give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. I've got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks and lowlifes and whores, and I choose them over any of your brotherhooders. Now, Buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language, it leaves no question that the conversation is over. Cherry Bomb turns her back around. Sorry, I got interrupted. Boyfriend, find a religion. Something like that. You've got a look that says you're not just here for the entertainment of your badge. Do I look like a cop? Flutters her eyelashes. No, baby, you look like someone who knows the shadows. You're trying to spot a bronze the minute they walk in here. Something I can help you with? I have a few questions. Ask away. Tell me about this place. Some come here for booze, some for companionship, others are looking for something they can't get anywhere else. If it's illegal or immoral and it can be bought, sold, rented, or consumed, you can probably find it here. Union seems to attract people like you. Who is that you were talking to? Shane, old boyfriend. He used to work here. Then one day he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood, and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with him. I was happy for him until he started coming around trying to recruit me. I don't need that trick. Guy mentioned Coyote. Is she here? Looks worried. No, I think she's away on business. Business, huh? Is she a shaman with a name like Coyote? No. Last note, she shot a coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. Her face falls. She's been missing for a couple of days now. Some people think the Ripper got her, but I know her. Coyote can take care of herself. Ever hear the name Sam Watts? Nods. Sam was a regular customer and a regular pain in the ass for as long as I've been. Talked a big game, but he was always broke. As soon as he got any money in his pocket, it went straight into his head. Tips, drugs, or booze. Coyote had a soft spot for him. Did you see Sam on the night he died? No, that was Coyote's shift. Who runs this place? I want to talk to them. That'd be Ms. Kubota. She's in the back room. You can't miss her. Whiz. Mills Sweat. Talk to you later. Let's talk to her again right now. Okay, I can't talk to her again. I was going to talk to the pretty elf lady, but it's no more. She's probably more. Let's talk to Eric. Hey guy, I got some extra outfits I'm trying to unload. First dibs. I'll take a look. What's he got? Ooh. Tourist looking. Salish runner, nah. Black hat. Alley punk. Dressed one step above a street ganger. Secure ninja clothing. Boy, this is all some seriously heavy duty stuff. I like the ninja outfit. I don't know about that though. Black hat. Intelligence +1. We already got the basic stuff. We're gonna buy something. I don't know if I want to go around looking like a damn ninja. The tourist look, that's funny. I like that. I don't know if I want to spend 400 on it. Dodge is always nice. Hit points would be nice. Intelligence up 1. We got some million to burn. Let's go ahead and wait and see if there's anything else, because we might want to try to pick up a better pistol or something. Not seeing anybody else with Jen. I think she might have some weapon. Asian woman expression reads open for business, but her demeanor reads dealer rather than companion. She has a jack on her neck, a gun on her hip, and a chip on her shoulder. She eyes you with a sneer. You look like you know your way around. Need something? Weapons, matrix tech. Show me what you got. Beretta. Street sweeper. K97. A machete. A baseball bat. Not into rigging. Something okay. Get us a machete. SMG might be nice, but I'd rather have a shotgun. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna let me carry stuff. It doesn't seem to have any kind of a let's go ahead and save while we're okay. That'll give us some options. We can go ahead and go back to talk to this guy and pick up some of that armor. I'm not sure what I want to wear though. So I mean, we could afford the alley punk armor, which looks a little extreme for me, and the ninja armor looks nice, but again, a little extreme. Tourist look is funny, but I don't know if I'd want to wear it all the time. Black hat. And you really don't have any kind of just a nice basic step up sort of thing. Coolest hat in the shadows that grants intelligence. Tourist look, secure ninja clothing. Let's go ahead and get that. Ninja Man! You can't see me, I'm the Ninja Man. Posted authority to the VIP section is a tower of patrol muscle wrapped in a possibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the patrol's gleaming horns, perfect frame his face, his polished tusks and goatee, a six-winged set of a lantern jaw. Welcome, please behave yourself. Will do you trouble in here often? Nothing a stern look can't usually solve. Sam Watson, sure everyone here knew Sam Fingal was part of the family. There is a sharpness in Clue's eyes, the look of a man who's seen much and learned wisdom at a young age. You ever have to toss Sam out on his ass? Not so much toss as nudge on his way. Sam was a drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. Usually? What about the night he died? He was a bit agitated, didn't catch the specifics. Might have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to throw him out, but I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out and said, I appreciate you talking with me. Happy to help. Alright. So we got Johnny Clean, Noog. There's Miss Kubota. This is the broth. No doubt. Or just dancers. That guy's funny. Let's talk to Johnny Clean. Janitor, howdy, name's Johnny Clean. I am. Imagine you've seen all sorts of things at a place like this, eh? True, quite true, and I keep my mouth shut about it, too. That's the secret to keeping a job here and staying alive in general. Gotta work, see you around. Okay, he's not gonna be very helpful. Let's talk to Nuke. This is the magic shop guy. Okay, gotta talk to Miss Kubota. Miss Kubota, watch you cross the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's a mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house, mess with it at your own peril," but her eyes twinkle with a playful light when she speaks. Konbanwa, good evening. Konbanwa, good evening. Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. Eyes you closely, or is this business? I have topics to discuss. So, and why should I help you? Sam Watts, I'm looking for his killer. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you were the little insurance policy he would go on about when he was drunk. His avenging angel who would strike back for him beyond the grave. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam? I knew him. We all did. Sam was a regular here. Whenever he could beg or borrow enough Nudian to become altered in some way, drugs, chips, alcohol, it didn't matter to Sam as long as he was bent. He was always looking for his next fix. He clung to this place like it was a lifeline and treated him as part of the family, even if none of us truly liked him, except Coyote. You see him on the night of his death. He was here, quite inebriated, as he often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he relieve, he refused. My bouncer, Mr. Clue, was off dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out the back door to the alley. That was the last I saw of either. Why is it called the Seamstresses Union? During the Gold Rush years, there was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupation, so they entered them all as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union, so potential workers would know that they could be treated fairly there, and thus a rich tradition was born. So you're a former seamstress. No, perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal more about myself. Now enjoy the union. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Face turns. Would that I could. I have not seen her in 2 days. She is a smart woman and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's dangerous, why fear for her? Please, if you are what I think you are, you know there is always someone more dangerous. That's very true. Her room is upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now and cannot be reached on her comm. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have an action on my conscience. Here is the key. Alright. Going upstairs. And we have to reach out and touch. What's this? Mid-grade security panel attached to the nearby door to set a required password for entry. Leave the panel alone. I cannot hack. Oh, first try. How nice. Or is it not? Okay. Apparently not. The right door. First try. should have been. How about this one? This would be the right one. Okay, let's check this. Stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. Frame painting of the Chicago skyline done in stylized silhouette. Coyote's bed has a diary with several papers sticking out of it. Diary to the first paper. There's a seat stuck between the pages and the diary entry. Read the diary entry. I came back from my shift to find four of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fragging ridiculous. I want to be with him, but with the real Paco. But this Cutter Drek keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with a gang. I know, it's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union. But he still goes on these runs with bozos all over my floor. I feel like he's just seen how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient, but why does he have to be all one way? As soon as the last Cutter was out the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, that he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course, he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all that stuff last year. Got my bartending license, got this apartment in his life. I know he cares about me and loves me more than his involvement with the Cutters. I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life altogether. From our life together. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. Inspect the receipt. Receipt for a Browning Max Power pistol from Jen parked downstairs with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. Oh goody. The obligatory lesbian these days. Flip to a different page. Second page. Handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Read the diary entry. Sometimes it seems Paco reads my mind or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco. Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a "see you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help us to avoid the subject of conversation completely, but I felt better without constant arguing about it. Last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting for me slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I get the door open. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. Read the poem. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. Different page. Third paper. There's a seat and an old photograph stuck between the pages. Look at the picture. The picture shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm and she is smiling. The back of the photograph has shadows scrawled on it. Inspect the receipt. A COD receipt for a special order. 5 pounds of zebra meat from Maury's Meat Emporium located near Pike Place at Market. Okay. Fourth paper. Receipt for a wall safe installed near the bathroom door set to a combination. Okay. 342. I'd better go ahead and get a pen and write this down just in case. Most games these days don't make you to write shit down, but you never do. Get a little piece of paper, Hal. 3. Come on, pen. You can do it. 4. 2, 4, 3, 6. It's fourth paper. Okay, put the diary down. Computer is ancient, probably fished it out of a junkyard. It doesn't even have a data jack, and the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust-caked fans to spin up, only to display on-screen password. Without the password, the only other button on screen is the password recovery option. Select the password recovery. Please answer 30 security questions to reset the password. Your first childhood pet. Shadow. Favorite musical act. Shit. Shadows. What is the name of your hometown? Chicago. Hey. Shadow? Did it say something about... Did I read something about that? Concrete Dreams. Chicago? Need a computer. Put the diary down, maybe something in the wall safe. Right. Keeps clothes on the box on the floor. Okay. Input the code. Okay. I didn't need to write it in. And the door comes open. Alright. Action movies and cigarette butts. Pretty sure Chicago is the answer there. First paper. Read the diary entry. Paco's goons. Receipt was... Okay. Page 2. Diary. Page, third paper. Receipt is 5 pounds of zebra meat from Maury's Meat Emporium. Picture. Shadow. Page. Fourth paper. Alrighty. I'm not seeing... Password recovery. So that's definitely gotta be Shadow. Musical act. Let's try Shield Wall. Hometown Chicago. Is this gonna let me do it endlessly? Shadow. Elementals. Chicago. Shadow. Starfire. Chicago. Alrighty. Applications. Cool. Calendar. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Meet Paco for date at Pike Place Market due in 30 minutes. Contacts. Exactly one entry, someone named Paco. There is no common number or other contact information for him available. Doesn't seem very useful list of contacts. Access history. Quick scan of a recent searches show that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. Okay. Also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures. That was it. I guess that was everything. I can go in here for some reason, but there's nothing in here. Can't look at that. There's no way to get in over the house. Guess all I can do is go downstairs. In the whole house. How can I help? Do you know Paco? He's a ganger, a member of the Cutters. He is a good kid in a nasty line of work. I warned Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't live long. You heard of Maury's Meat Emporium? No, I'm a vegetarian. Where they at? Gambate Kudasai? Good luck. So we're going to the market. Oh, I guess I'm going back outside now. Let's go talk to the lesbian. Did you sell a brownie max power to Coyote the bartender? Hey guy, I'm discreet. I don't talk about my clients or what they buy bad for biz. However, I'm sure she would recommend me if she was a customer, which I'm not saying she is. She can't recommend you if she's dead. Did she say anything about why she wanted it? All she said was that she was looking for stopping power. Ease back on the trauma. Need some hardware. No thanks, not interested. And don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against lesbians in and of themselves, but it's just it seems like every game that comes out anymore there's lesbians. It's just something I've noticed. And quite often TV shows too. Even characters who, up until right when they are suddenly gay, they never were before. Okay, catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market in a mercifully quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Not too bad. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate archaeologies. For many, these archaeologies are home. Archaeologies, not archaeologies. For others, they're hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for its fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now it's a market for all things legal and illegal, a melting pot of the haves and have-nots. Even though most of the shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smells of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. Pop's all gone. You have to go back to water. I am rather thirsty, so give me a second. Sorry about that. Let's continue. Okay, I'm still out on the street. Oh goody. Shadowrun's version of Bible Thumpers. Lovely. Patrick. I don't want to talk to Patrick. I suppose I might decide Nope, we're just looking for Paco. Well, I have some more karma I can spend. Lovely. So we've picked up a shotgun, so we want to get that. And we also need to get some melee. Okay. Oh yeah, I already had one level there. So, we picked up a little bit of melee weapon ability. And now we're getting better in both pistol and shotgun, so doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm the ninja man. I don't want to talk to the thumbers. Refurbished flowers for sale. Okay. There's Paco. Synth juice. Chasing my friend around tall lady dreads. Kid in front of you sports the trademark yellow of the Cutters gang. Young, clean-shaven, and stands like he owns the street and everyone on it. He seems distracted, though, glancing around with increasing agitation. He looks over as you approach. Watch yourself, what you want. You wouldn't happen to be looking for Coyote. That's none of your fragging business. Who the hell are you? Relax, we're on the same team. I'm Acidhedz, I was just at the Union. Your girlfriend's gone missing and I'm helping to find her. Tough guy swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The cutter is gone, and before he stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. Look, sorry for getting in your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Do you know a fixer named Mr. Delilla? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. I know of him, sure. Blake doesn't allow any cutters to take side gigs, though, so I got no reason to deal with him. Coyote hasn't said anything about taking new work. Wait a minute. Drek, I know where she went. Damn, why couldn't she wait? Damn it. Paco, slow down. Where did she go? The Royal Apartments. The landlord, Stevie J, runs a drug ring out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there. Doesn't like to talk about it much. She's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. A few days back, I heard Mr. Delilla was looking for runners to steal some sort of item out from under Stevie J's nose. She must have taken the job, I'm sure of it. And if this thug caught her, grim determination and Paco, I'm going over there. You coming? One more thing Coyote had ever seen for some. Okay, ever heard of it? Zebra meat? What? Look, that shop's just down the block if you want to check it out, but I'm going to be going to the Royal with it without you. What's it going to be? I'll help you get Coyote back, but you better be able to handle yourself in a fight. Things might get ugly. Of course, I know my way around a fight. Stevie J better be ready for a world of hurt. Paco curls his hand with his. Now let's get moving. The Royale is just a few blocks from here. Just up the street, so we're heading this way anyways. I think the meat market hopefully will be up this way. Hopefully. There's the meat guy. I think that guy just said he had dog on a stick. Let's talk to Manny. Smell a meat stand. Small meat stand presents an enormous diversity of dead animals, from cow and canine to the exotic and paranormal. Pictures on the back of the stand feature a much older version of the man in front of you. Okay. As soon as he notices Paco, the proprietor's eyes become hard and angry. What do you want? You know you can't afford more. Relax, man. My friend just has a question. Everything cool here? Yeah, everything's swell. Standing there, staggers in Paco's direction. Name's Manny. Now what do you want? I have this receipt for an order of zebra meat. Still have it for me? I'll look it up. Yeah, got it right here. 2 days past the pickup time. Didn't think anyone was going to come for it. Here, it's all yours now. What would someone want to buy zebra meat for? Some people eat it, but I wouldn't recommend that. Tough as nails, we mostly sell it to corp security teams who use it to reward their hellhounds. The flamers go crazy for the stuff for some reason. Oh, Drek, that's what Coyote wanted. Why Coyote wanted zebra meat. Everyone talks about the pet hellhound Stevie J keeps locked up somewhere in the Royale, and if she never picked it up... Whatever. Anything else? Do you know someone named Coyote? Nope, don't go into that shaman stuff. What's your problem with Paco? Why don't you ask him? What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means that your gang likes to stroll through here and relieve us versions of our naked. My dad stood up to them and he's still in the hospital. Look, that's not my problem. I'm at the bottom of the cutter ranks anyway. I couldn't do direct about that if I wanted to. Tell that to my dad. Let's get going. Exploring. Does not look like it. Oh, goody. More. As your eyes adjust to the flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman dead on the pavement behind the police line. Panic spreads across the... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Is that Coyote? This isn't happening. God damn it. Pull yourself together, take a look. Is that her? No, no, it's not her. Thank God. Look, let's not hang out here too long, alright? Too many Lone Star pigs around. Paco looks over the victim again. It's too bad whatever happened here. I'm not gonna let anything like this happen to Coyote. Let's talk to Officer Lander. Officer Lander, tall, motionless Lone Star officer. Here to see Coroner Dresden. Who might you be? It's alright, officer, he's with me. Dresden steps up to the barrier with a warm grin. Officer looks at you with a poorly concealed skepticism. Okay, then, make it quick. I'm the Ninja Man. Let's talk to him. So what brings you out here? Hot on the trail of the dead man's killer? Coincidence, believe it or not. I take it I've stumbled across another Ripper murder. Yeah, that's what it looks like. As you can see, the Ripper went for the eyes this time. Pretty clean work. Gotta hand it to him. Our Ripper knows what he's doing. Or she, I suppose. Any sign of magic use here? Yep. Now there's an interesting thought. No, nothing obvious, though. I'm sure when McCluskey shows up, they'll call in a full magical forensics teams, though, just to be sure. What do you know about the victim? Well, not much. Scratches his head absentmindedly, probably breaking some sort of sanitation protocol. She's been dead for about 3 hours. Her name was Lucy Warden. Worked at the Stuffer Shack just around the corner. Looks like she was just leaving work when it happened. Subway, subdued. That's the strange thing. There don't seem to be any signs of struggle. Not a single bruise on her body. Yet she was clearly alive when the eyes were taken. Died of blood loss shortly thereafter. As to what knocked her out, I won't know until I can run some tests back at the lab. I'm not really all concerned about that. Ripper takes Sandlot's liver in this woman's eyes. Any theories? Trophies of some sort, I suppose? Probably some symbolic significance to the killer. Beyond that, I couldn't speculate. Yeah, why not? Change scenery, corner for down, background glances out on maternity. That's what I just some routine shit. Hey, I figure if I help you out, there's a better chance to get this scumbag off the streets a little sooner. McCluskey wants the Ripper in a cell, sure, but he couldn't care less if it takes another dozen murders. Good luck out there, eh? He stops. Speaking of McCluskey, you should probably get going soon before he shows up. Elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. Lab coat. Hello, stranger. Might I inquire, do you know which organ grinder's facility this body will remove to? Who's asking? Elf giggles, a strange high-pitched warble you would not expect to emerge from his misshapen face. I'm no one of consequence. Never mind that, though. Good evening to you, your friend the coroner. Okay, did we just meet our killer? Should I talk to the officer? Plainclothes Lone Star officer before he sports a tracky hat and a crooked grin to match. So you're the one who's working for the dead man, eh? McCluskey, god damn, the orc cop. Warned us you might be sniffing around after the Ripper. Lucky for you, I got here before he did. I'm Officer McGuire. Pleased to meet you. Now, seeing as this crime scene is going nowhere fast, what can I do for you? What can I tell you about the murder? You don't like each other. Any leads? Sure. Not much, really. We know it was about 3 hours ago, and we know that her eyes have been surgically removed. Didn't need Dresden to figure that much out. He's been looking at the body, though, so we might have more. Me, I've been scanning the rest of the scene and looking for witnesses, but no luck so far. Damn Ripper might as well be a ghost. I take it you two don't see eye to eye? Let's just say we have conflicting interests. Leads on the Ripper. Ha, plenty if you ask him. The truth is, we're as clueless as you probably are. Thanks for your time, officer. Hey, hold on a minute there. You haven't put in a donation for the Lonely Orphans Fund. Lonely Orphans Fund? Yeah, see, you make a your contribution to the fund. I put you on a list and let you know the next time we find any orphans that you might be interested in. Well, I'm always interested in finding out about any new orphans you discover. Excellent, so we say 300 Niggin. Yeah, sure, why not? Wide grin. Excellent, I'll start an account for you. If we get any useful new leads on the Ripper, I'll give you a call. Now I'd better get back to work before he shows up. See you around. We are running low on funds. Can we go this way? Yes, we can. But not very far. We gotta go this way. Thanks. Want to buy some BTL? Better in life. No thank you. Glad there's no trolls around here. Not gonna say anything interesting. No way, blind Lucy. The orc before you wears the standard stuffer shack employee getup. The uniform is well kept and well fitted, but the tears streaming down his large crooked face do little to improve his appearance. He does not seem to notice your approach. Okay, so this is the guy she worked with. Take it you knew the victim? Yeah, what's it to you? My condolences, were the two of you close? Thanks. Sorry, we're just not used to folks being too friendly around here. Wipes some tears away with a dirty napkin. Yeah, we were pretty close as co-workers go. Blind Lucy and I worked here at the shack for 3 years together. Blind Lucy? Well, Lucy wasn't completely blind, but she was legally blind. She had to wear those huge glasses and hold things right up to her face. But she got new eyes about a year ago. Any idea how she scored the new eyes? No, she wouldn't talk much about it, just called it her stroke of good luck. I guess that luck ran out. So we're getting some idea of who the killer is. This could be like a Repo Man thing. Because, our buddy was a drinker, so he probably had a bad liver, which is what they took. Strange in the short sort. See weird stuff every day, it's stuffer shit. But no, nothing stranger than usual. Does he have any enemies? Well, I'm not sure. I know she had an ugly breakup with her boyfriend after getting those new eyes put in. That guy was pretty upset for some reason and wouldn't leave Lucy be until she filed for a restraining order. That all seemed to die down a while ago, though. When was the last time you saw her work? Here at the shack earlier today. I think she was heading to the market to meet a friend. Hell, I was going to join her on my way home, but we got some last-minute customers. That's all I needed to know. Thanks for your help, and I'm sorry for your loss. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be part of the investigation, would you? In my own way, why do you ask? Well, Lucy had this necklace, an intricate little carving on it of a dragonfly on it. She wore it every day. Said her mom gave it to her when she left Denver. Anyway, you know how Lone Star is. All of her stuff will be bagged and placed in evidence storage until the Seventh World awakens. I just thought if you could somehow get that necklace back before Lone Star cleans everything up, I could send it back to her family. I feel like I owe her that much. Let's see if I can find it at the scene. I'll bring it to you. Okay, this is an optional mission, but I like doing side quests. This one could be a little bit tricky. On the pavement is the body of a young human female. Her eyes have been gouged cleanly out, and you notice a string of bite marks along. Okay, let's notice a string of bite marks along something. Leg, I suppose. Scan the ground near Lucy's body and spot a small wooden object, mostly hidden beneath the dead woman's hair. This must be the necklace. I'm quick. You pick up the necklace. It's an intricately carved piece of wood in the shape of a dragonfly with small turquoise stones set within its eyes. Wood feels very sturdy. Feels very sturdy for its weight. With genuine wood, such a rarity in the Sixth World, this piece might be worth quite a lot to the right buyer. You can also talk to Dresden again. Need something else? Any fascinating new leads? What about the bite marks on her arm? Okay, completely unrelated. It appears some wild dogs dragged the body out here from the alley sometime after her death. Did you notice a particularly ugly elf standing over there in the crowd? Huh, where? Okay, he's gone now, but he was asking about the body, wondering which organ grinder's facility it would be taken to. Interesting. Well, there's those who might be interested in purchasing some of her parts, sure, but that's pretty poor form to inquire at the site of a murder. An ugly elf, huh? I'll keep an eye out. Shouldn't be hard to spot if he comes back around. Sergeant over there seems pretty friendly. Can I trust him? Yeah, that sounds about right. Any opportunity to get in the orc cop's way, he'll take it. A bit sleazy, sure, but I'd take McGuire over other guy any day of the week. Thanks, Dresden. Anytime. Alright. Not doing too shabby. I could go ahead and probably wrap this stuff up. And give him the necklace. I got 1 karma. Yeah. What have I got up to? 5? I've managed to accumulate 5 more karma. Good grief. Body might be nice. Quickness is good. Strength. What's my strength at? Only 3. Let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty. Junkie. Let's go talk to the junkie. What fun. Hey guy, you have any extra millions? Just need some sucker zoom from the shack over there. Have 10. Nutrasoy cakes will fill you up longer. Thanks, chummer. Okay. I was hoping maybe I'd get some info from him or something. Alright, now I'm a bit lost. What direction am I needing to go in? Oh, right here. Royale, okay. Come on, guy, let's go find Coyote. I'm ready. Let's rescue the girl. Royale Apartments. You roll up on the most impressive bit of tenement squalor you've seen in a long time. There's few street lamps here, and what light there is flickers with uncertainty. Most of the buildings are damaged and tagged. The smell of old, rotting trash mixed with you don't want to know is overwhelming. It's no wonder people living here turn to BTLs. Anything's better than this. The better than life chip is the newest drug on the market. You don't need a good life, you can slot someone else's, live through them, and wreck your brain in the process. Front doors of the Royale Apartments aren't even locked. As you step inside, you can hear a junkie crying for another hit. It's time to find Coyote and find out what she knows about the night of Sam's murder. Alright, let's go. Hole. What a Royale Apartments, what a hole. Can't imagine what it was like for Coyote growing up. Hellhole full of junkies. Looks like Stevie J's gets their rent money and their drug money. If Coyote's here, we have to hurry. She's good, but well, these BTL guys paid to stay well informed. They may have known she was coming. Oh goody. Sad old man. Tweaker. Scratches herself like a cat at a couch leg. Please, can you spare some nugget? My cred stick's a little light too, lady. What can you do for me in exchange? Gotta stink on you, junkie. Drop the chips and get clean. Look like you can use a break. All you need is a few. You're doing better than life, sure, right? Yes, yes. Okay, sure, I get it. Have you seen a woman come through here today armed and looking for trouble? Maybe I can cred you. Yes, no, hell, what do you want me to say? I'll tell you anything, everything, please. Drops to her knees, pleading. Should leave if you can. You just need something. Sad old man. Like a lazy pigeon, he watches you approach. You're not from around here, are you? I don't want any trouble. These grabs was over. Imagine I'm gone. Things are pretty bad here, but I can make it worse for you. You don't have quite the advantage point here, but you don't miss much. Seen anything special today? Yeah, everything in this body is gone. To rest, set my eyes and ears, bit of commotion upstairs. Everybody, Stevie's men are twitching. This pretty young thing come through earlier, snooping around like you two are. I could tell she weren't here for BTLs. Don't know how she got upstairs, but there was a lot of more gunfire than there usually is this time of day. That's not good. See her come back down? Nope. A couple of Stevie's men come around asking what anyone saw. Kept my mouth shut. Where's Stevie holed up? He's got the whole top floor all to himself. Fancy he's the king around here. Sounds like Coyote's run went sideways on her. Hey, old man, you know how to get upstairs? I don't want to be nasty. Dude has already been nice to us. Let's go over here and see what we can find. Gonna hold on behind this old dresser. Let's leave it alone for now. We've got some other fuckers in here to talk to. Stop your pleading, your boy has debts and we're collecting. Please, Riker, no, he's my son. Oh. Get your ass back in your squat before I break something else. I'll send him upstairs instead. You want me to give him to Stevie? Maybe after he kills that girl we caught. You pig, give Zipper back now, or you'll bleed on me. Zipper's gone. Get yourself a new kid. Oh God, no! Please, no. Yikes. Sim. Get out, what was that all about? Why do you care? It's my son that master to my son. You took my son. One of Stevie J's goons, Riker. He runs that LTL squad across the hall. My son, Zipper. He's not a strong boy, and Riker knows it. Lured him in with those damn chips. Better than life. Ah, what life? And now they're torturing him. Why would they do that? Those sickos have a SimSense recording studio over there. Overheard them say that they have a special guest up in the penthouse. They plan to torture her with a recording of my son's dying breath. Coyote. Keep our heads. Are you with me? Yeah, you're right. I'll be okay. What about my son? I'll see if I can save your son while we're saving our friend. Thank you. Thought I saw something in here. Combat stim that increases quickness plus 2 energy. I do not really want combat drugs. Not my style. BTL junkies twitch in the throes of their sordid dreams at least as long as the courage. I haven't seen you before, a guy looking to go somewhere special. The scream echoes through the pipes of the rotten walls, hard to tell where it came from. What was that sound? Smiles with his mouth, but as I say, predator. Who knows? Could be anything. Probably someone riding the wrong end of it. Who's execution ETL? We get all kinds. I can hook you up if you're interested. I heard you're in the middle of a recording session. Sure am. My gear is state of the art if you can believe it. How about a tour of this amazing studio? Looks like I'm too busy for your chit-chat. Buy something to get out. Hey, don't touch that. Let's talk. Decided I need to kick your ass. Took him out. Access computer. Recording studio. Who are you? Check it out. Leave now and never come back in a hurry before I change my mind. Oh, okay, I'm gone. Zipper. I don't know who you are, but thanks. You got lucky today, kid. If I were you, I'd play it safe from now on. You don't get lucky twice. Oof, I don't think I can move. Can you at least tell my dad? Yeah. We can do that. You saved my son yet? Zipper's okay, he's pretty messed up though. I don't know how to thank you. BTL library. Happy BTL to the plugged in junkies. Sure, why not? Take the BTL recording. Okay. I'm not sure what all that was about. Sure, why not? Now we can go over hell. Move the dresser. Walls crumbling here through a hole. You can see a rickety stairwell leading up. So we got a way to get upstairs. Oh no, we can just see through there. Let's try the elevator. Yeah, what do you want? I've got the VTL recording here waiting for. About time, give me a second here to send the elevator. Yeah. Push the button for the penthouse. We're going. Penthouse suite. Stevie J's penthouse apartment might be have been a nice place at one point in time, classic even, but now it's filled with new neon tube lighting, broken down furniture, piles of rubbish, and crates containing who knows what. Still, compared to the rest of what you've seen, it's positively palatial. The only thing marring the penthouse pseudo-luxury is a woman crying of pain in the distance, followed by laughter. Someone being tortured for another's pleasure. You step deeper into the apartment. Oh, goody. Mm, let's just fight our way in. Raspy manic voice booms over the PA system. You really think you come in here and shoot up my place? Do you know who I am? Who are you? Don't you want to know who I am? So let's see. He's got a pistol. This looks like a mage. I'm taking out the mage. That better. Ah! Ow! Get out the door, please. Got a couple of fuckers here with guns. And a damn mage. Oh, come on, go down. A lot of damage. At least he missed. Paco, a little bit of damage. Let's try using this. Here we go. Stop missing. Ow! There we go. And you. Look, son of a bitch. Okay, that's just getting right there. There we go. Oh no, I can't. And with his bloody gurgle, he is no more. Hey, if you get something cool, it's passcodes. We still got more people. still in fight mode here. Oh god, there's hell. I don't know why we're still in combat. There's nobody else to fight. But I can see. The room beyond the bars is a sticking jumble of burned flesh and dog plop, an enormous hellhound is filled with even bars. Open the door. Man. Oh, you wanna play fisticuffs? Oh no. Nice. There's Coyote. Oh shit. About time you got here, Paco. Who's your friend? Just another professional, I need to ask you some questions. I'm Acidhedz, I'm here to rescue you. Not now. Coyote, we need to get you back to you. Kubota has that med lab in the basement. No, I need to finish the other thing I came here for. I need to find something from Mr. Delayla first, a stash of kids. I thought you said you'd never do another deal with that. Look, Paco, I needed an excuse to come back here and settle some debts. Figured I might as well get paid for it. She doesn't say. Come on, Coyote, let's go. I'd like to close that door. Betting we're gonna find ourselves a stash. Yeah, come on, let's find some good shit. This Nuyen is flying on the train is just find a mediclip full of Nuyen and a med kit. Take it. Garbage. I'm betting we've got a door we can get into up here. No? No, really? No! 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 What? No! I don't believe it! We can open this door. Oh shit. Yeah, I think I'd rather have it's not doing a lot of damage. It missed. Took that asshole out. It's all metal that filled with precious gems. Yeah, boy. Let's go take a look at him. Nothing we can take. Oh, huh? I want to see if we can get into that other area downstairs. It allowed me to look through the hole in the wall, but it didn't allow me to go in there. So I want to see if I can get in there. Return to the Union. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door to the seamstress's union. Heads raised, and the front room of the bar falls strangely silent. Paco stands by her side now, not speaking, his dark eyes flat with fury. Coyote presses a rag to her clawed-up face. She winces, but manages to keep control as she breathes in slow, deep breaths to manage the pain. Taking a closer look, you see her arm isn't much more than shreds of meat and broken bone held together by tendons and burned skin. It'll be a miracle if she still has it by the end of the night. It's the future! She can have cyberware implanted. Won't do much for her looks, probably, but... Well, I didn't get a chance to go look at this stuff. Man, Miss Kubota is tending bar herself when Paco walk carries the mangled and bleeding Coyote into the union. As soon as the boss lady lays eyes on the missing bartender, the place gets quiet, fast. By the time she rounds the bar to meet you, Coyote is the color of wet spackle, and there's something new in her eye. Fear. This woman is face down hellhounds but the sight of Miss Kubota has her staring at the floor and mumbling. Woman, how dare you miss 2 shifts and then come back and bleed on my floor? I'm sorry, Miss Kubota. I had a run that went bad. Soka, I see that. Your arm is a mess. Was this your crusade again? Do not answer. It will only upset me. You caused me to worry about you, Coyote, and that distracted me from my business. Hi, Miss Kubota. My apologies again. Jerry, take her downstairs to Dr. Cass. Yes, ma'am. And tell Castle to put something new and shiny where that arm used to be. Miss Kubota, I can't afford a cyber arm. I am aware of your financial situation. When you are healed, we will discuss the concept of gearing, the debt of honor. Now go, bleed elsewhere. Yes, ma'am. Or karma. I like karma. Karma lets me get stuff. Anger at Coyote's rashness slowly washes from her eyes and flows by tears. She sniffs, wipes them away, and inclines her head to it. Domo arigato, Acidhedz. That girl is precious to me. It is not often that we see acts like these in the barracks. You have performed a great service for my little family, and I welcome you into my home. Consider it yours while your work keeps you here. But we both know that words are mere air. Beyond my thanks, I offer you this remuneration. Please take it as a show of respect. I am honored, Miss Kubota. Thank you. This is not the kind of woman that you are disrespectful. You are most welcome, and I offer more than simple lodging. You will find that there is more to the union than meets the eye. Well, we already know you have a cyberdock downstairs. Below us is a small facility available exclusively for discriminating independent operatives like yourself. In it, you will find vendors selling the best gear the black market has to offer, a fully equipped cyberdock, and a secure place to rest when the direct hits the fan, as they say. My, you are quite the entrepreneur. Indeed. Normally I require a percentage of the runner's income for the use of this facility, but as I said, you are family now. Consider it on the house. To gain entrance, play GAFFC on the piano. Anybody else here we can talk to? Or else maybe I'd be a service. Is he here tonight? Back bar, usually where he does business. I was gonna say, what is it? Coyote grew up in the Royale, but managed to escape that life. However, her cousin was apparently not so lucky. He came to town about a year ago and fell in with the wrong circle. He was introduced to sim chips and became addicted to BNTLs. Coyote has been tearing her way through chip houses for months now, searching for him and acting as a one-woman cleanup crew. How did you get involved in all this? I am a former runner. Now I provide safe haven and a marketplace for runners who need a trustworthy place to congregate and do business. Any Johnsons or fixers here tonight. In addition to Mr. Delilla, you may wish to speak to Van Grass. He is often stage side. Van Grass is most often a receiver of found articles, but he occasionally has work. I'll be going now. So we don't have to just do the main job. We can actually get million. We've actually got quite a little haul here. So I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. I've been playing for over 2.5 hours now. There's Van Gross. Wyvern's Tooth. Oh, Paco's still with me. I figured he had gone downstairs. Let's talk to Johnny again. Okay. Check it out. Piano's a little out of tune. Check it out. Evening, I see Coyote is back, looking only a little worse for wear. We have you to thank for that? The having her back part, yes. You have the gratitude of everyone here, especially mine. Couldn't stomach losing anyone else so soon after he happened to say it. You're just a big old sheepdog, aren't you? Not the comparison made of most trolls, but I'm happy to defy expectations. Mind if I ask a few questions? I haven't minded so far. You hear anything else about Sam's death? People are saying it was the Ripper, but people say a lot of things about what they don't know or what they don't understand. Nowhere I can find fence. I think Van Grass is at the bar near the stage to work for the cyber. I can't miss it. How long you been working with Miss Kubota? Crawled in here after I awoke. Again, for those unfamiliar with Shadowrun, when the first elves, dwarves, orcs, and trolls, not ogres, trolls, awoke, they came from people. It was people transformed into them. And then after that, most were born that way, but then there's still people who will, around usually puberty, will become the different races. And when it was initially happening, they called it goblinization. And now it's, at this point in the timeline, it's considered incredibly derogatory to call it that. Okay, you have to pay extra for manicure on hands that big. It's not the size they charge more for, it's blood under the fingernails. Catch you around. So yeah, that's basically become the new racism. You know, in a world where there's these other species, or they're not other species because they can still interbreed, but there's these different physically different races that exist. Skin color doesn't matter. That has become the racism, to the point where you saw maybe some of the graffiti on the walls, you know, something like "kill all the metahumans." That metahumans are what they're called. So that is the new racism, and it's not white power anymore. It's humans against metahumans in some people's minds. Play the notes. Take the notes out on the keyboard. They spark a faint memory of wonder, immediately forgotten as the entire piano slides to the left, revealing a hidden staircase. We'll descend the stairs into the Union City House. Might have to. I didn't quite catch it. The entrepreneurial Ms. Kubota has combined everything a runner might need. Dr. Sarah Castle. That's what we want to see. Make it quick, I need to operate. Thanks for helping me out back there. Looked like you could use a hand. Tell me about the night Sam Watts died. Noel Sheen, you should be okay now. Jumping right to Sam Watts' death might be a bit much. We'll see, it's going to take years to work off this day. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to ask you to go sit in the waiting area, watch some TriVid or something. This young lady didn't have work to do. Miss Kubota never said what kind of cyber arm she'd pay for. I want something badass. Got one with a laser inside. You'll take what I give you, lady. Now, let's have a look at your face. Believe it. Excuse me? Coyote, I earned this face by being stupid. I'm going to keep it in the story. Whatever you say, kid. With one swift move, she sinks the strings into Coyote's thigh. I need it. Not how it works, but okay. Coyote's already up and running again. Coyote. Looks both better and worse than you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged and she's sporting a shiny new Cyberarm, but now that the adrenaline's worn off, it's clear she needs a breath. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost as good as new. Better, really. Nice arm. You ready for some questions now? Can I talk to you a few minutes, Coyote, about Sam? Sam what? What about it? Sam's dead. Holy dreck. Sam? I can't say I'm surprised. He was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's jokes, but I did. Me too. We were friends. We ran together. Got it. Guess it was the same way for me in a way. We drank together. Sam just had a way of charming me. I guess I knew him the best of everyone here. Sorry he's gone. You served Sam the night he died. What do you remember about that? It was a pretty average night. Regular crowd, as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Jake Armitage? Yeah, you know, I met him. He's a charmer too. Bites your lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few. Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing him back, but good. Eventually, he got loud the way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what, and Miss Kubota wanted him ejected. Mr. Clue wasn't around, can't remember why, so she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out the back into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. He said he got loud. You remember what he was saying? Standard Sam trick, how he grew up rich and didn't deserve this, how he hated his mother, how he loved his mother. It was pretty pathetic stuff. Have any enemies? Enemies? That's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion. But no, I don't think he had any enemies, at least none that I'm aware of. Where did he live? On the streets, mostly. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out a few days. Sometimes I'd sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. How bad was his drinking? If it was just the drinking, it would have been bad. But Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything: booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro, whatever he could get his hands on. It wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. Sam was sick, dying. Didn't you know? Yeah, everyone can tell. You could just look at him and see he was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. Looked good. New liver. Said his mom helped him out. Never said how, though. Thanks, Coyote. Now I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Lilla for me about the Royal Run. He's usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems, but I can take another run at him. I don't want to recover. I will. I got him. DB Gruberman. Dr. Sarah. Doctor is off to use liver to try to sawbones. Union's resident medical expert, nothing for the future. Safe house post, fully equipped medical suite, complete with shamanistic fetishes. This is 6th world medicine of the highest caliber. Doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely, if not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder like her own personal gargoyle. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for that. Noel Sheen, now fixing up her arm. That was surprisingly routine, as it so happens. She notes you eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service med bay under a dive bar in the slum. Don't be. This is a Shadowrun bar, after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there is no better place to set up practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for their runs. I might not be as mobile as Doc Wagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? I'd like to look at your cyberware. got 1,395 million. Let's see. We can get some eyes and increase our 3% our chance to hit, but I think we're just going to stick with the data check. Cyberware causes essence loss, what affects magic rating of your character, and its magic is equal to essence rounded down. Magic is very important for spellcasters, yes and confirm. I think we're good here. David Fry II. Chaotic patchwork equips a center. Okay, this guy's the decker. Yeah, for so. Okay. So we could go ahead and pick up some decking gear if we wanted to. Oh, I'm being rude. Let me introduce you to our resident decker and my good friend, Jonathan Clean. Theodore Buster Gruberman is a well-groomed dwarf dressed with a precision that suggests the straight lines of a military officer's uniform. His hair is cropped short, high and tight as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusk protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in this picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obvious enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the line of his suit. When he speaks, the orc's voice is soft and thoughtful, and he talks almost exclusively in numbers. Calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, raises varying factor, tensile strength, and of course, price. Bunker Buster Gruberman at your service. Friends call me Buster. I also answer Sergeant, Sir, and even Theodore on occasion. Anytime you're in the market for firearms or ammunition or ordnance, I am your man. How can I help you? Let's take a look at what you got. I think we know what he's got, or what he sells. He's a goddamn arms dealer. What the fuck do you think he's selling? So we got Zeska Black Scorpion, which has much better capacity. He's also got Shotgun. Let's see. Not as a little bit less damage, but better capacity. Which I think we're going to confirm that. Say there's got to be a way to do this here. Let's see if we can go ahead and sell off shit we don't need. Right now, thank you very much. Converseman, change your clothes, change your life. Show me what you got. Same shit as before. I think. You look like you sell magic stuff. Not nothing. Alright, so. Oh, there's an optional objective there. Cool. Bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillow, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Look at the image on the photo. Picture of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock at the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tight around the girl's shoulders and is bugging for the camera. The girl planting a kiss on his cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Okay, check back. Written in a woman's hand are the words Sam and Jessica. Pocket photo. So, Jessica wasn't a girlfriend, that was a sister. Back to the Highlands Wolves game will be on soon. Want to take a load off and watch with me? You know someone named Jessica? No, why? That's the name of Sam's sister. Jessica Watson? Yeah, he mentioned her once. It didn't sound like they got along that well. Oh. Cobbling chirps, and the screen shows a smiling face of Officer. If he's smiling, it must be about me. Talk. There's been another Ripper murder, this one at the NTSB investigation facility down at Oxio. You there now? Better get here quick before he arrives. The Ripper murder? Where? Docs, I've gotta go. Okay, listen, I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royal Ark before something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off, and Sam was my friend. You head to the docks and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister Jessica. She might be able to help us. I don't need your help, see you around. That's a bit rude. Thanks, I appreciate the help. Alright, I think we still have one more objective before we leave here. I needed to talk to Mr. Dilly-Dally over here. Mr. Dilly-Dally looks small and tough when it's untraceable. Shoddy on the back. What do you want? We have this business to discuss. What business? I gotta listen to you. We're with Coyote. She's indisposed at the moment. Full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote is late and my client is getting anxious. Where is she? She's downstairs in the med bay, got her arm torn off on the job. No kidding. Well, whatever she does, she'll pull through, so who are you two? Acidhedz, he's Paco. Great, we're all introduced, now give me my stones. Hold back the pebble with the runes on and give him the rest. Hold back the best stone and give him the rest. Give him all the stones. I don't want to piss anybody here off. Because what appears to be the most valuable stones he stops when he finds what appears to be an ordinary pebble inscribed with Hebrew characters. That's the one. He pockets it. Okay, you done good, but you're late, and Coyote knows that in this case, late equals no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the rest of the gems as your reward. Deal. So, listen, you look like the sort of man who might run a crew of your own one day. You might need a little talent when that happens. You come to me, I'll set you up. Looks like you impressed him. I know a fence for those gems, van gas. Follow me. Yeah, I saw him in here. Let's go talk to the fancy man. Busy talking on his comm link, checking his heads-up display, motioning to a runner standing nearby all at the same time. He's an intense little man. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. I'm Van Brass. Make it quick. Biz is good. Talk to me. We have some pretty things to sell. You'll want to see them. I have a fondness for pretty things. Let me see. You hear the servos and Van Brass's cyber eye whir as a magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this track? A gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for it. And oh shit, I'll think about it. Suit yourself. Shit. Well, I think I've got a bunch of karma. So were the options? We had some, like, charisma was an option. Normally I wouldn't spend points on charisma, but... we can do that. We still have 7 left, so that's not too bad. I'm kind of thinking that some of those etiquette things can definitely come in handy later. I think I want to pick up some dodge. And no, I've already got that, don't I? There we go. Alright, let's talk to him again. Yeah. Damn it. Are we gonna split the money, or... Apparently not. I mean, I don't mind splitting money. Yeah, this definitely reminds me of Planescape Torment, because that one, your stats could affect your dialogue choices. I saw that at the beginning, so I knew that that was a thing. But alright, so it looks like I've pretty much done everything that I can do before we go ahead and leave. I did that. I thought I did that. Yeah. Mission items. So, Essence is down because we got some cyber. We went up to Charisma 4, so that might have been a little bit unnecessary, but like I said, I think that that might come in handy. It definitely would have with him. We could have gotten more money. So, I mean, we got a data jack, so that could help with some maybe some decking stuff in the future. Definitely we'll want to get a smart link in some way. We managed to upgrade our pistol and shotgun. We've got a nice bit of armor, although we look kind of goofy. I'm the Ninja Man. Let's go ahead and save. And I'm going to go ahead and call that a stream. Thanks everybody who decided to stop in, albeit briefly. I am a new streamer, and I understand that watching somebody that's brand new isn't always going to attract people's attention, so for those of you who at least checked it out, see what I was up to, thank you very much for dropping in. And for everybody who watches in the future, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all on the next one. Bye bye. This is Ryan Acidhedz signing off.